Well, hey Yardners, it's Destry. Welcome back to my Oregon yard. Today I'm going to be working here in my front entryway area, and I'm going to be repotting up a planter for fall with some beautiful fall color. So you're definitely going to want to see that. And then sprucing up just some landscape plants as well, and just embracing this gorgeous fall season. So stick around for the video. You're not going to want to miss it. Friends, I hope that you are enjoying the fall season. Here in the Pacific Northwest, it is still gorgeous weather. I think it's going to be high in the 70s today, and this is my favorite time of year. The air is cool and crisp and clean in the mornings. It does warm up in the afternoon, so you can, take off those layers. And then by the evening, it just has that little chill in the air, which is perfect for little bonfires in the backyard. So I hope that you are also enjoying this time of year. In the comments, let me know, what are your favorite things about fall? Today, I'm going to be refreshing one of my front entryway planters and also some of the landscape bedding plants that I have. A lot of my summer annuals are pretty tired. The pot that I'm going to be redoing is pretty tired, and I really want to freshen it up and add some beautiful fall color. So join me in Midnight and we'll get this done today. Hey, Midnight. Can you say hi to everybody? He's looking at something. There's a truck or something going to be pulling out across the street. All right, guys, so here's the current state of my kind of entryway. I'll start over here. So you can see I've got some coral bells here that are still, they're kind of producing, but not really. And the debate is, should I cut things back or should I pull things out? Now these are petunias, and I can tell these are just donezo. They are not going to do anything. Even if I cut them back, they're super leggy and they're just not going to do much for me anymore. So I think what I'll do is the coral bells here, I'm going to go ahead and just trim those back, maybe hit them with some fertilizer, and hopefully they will bloom again. Now my lantana is looking amazing. Look at this gorgeous color here. So definitely loving the lantana. And you can see this one here is still blooming. And so here's an example. I've got one petunia on this, I don't know. It just looks kind of untidy to me compared to this beautiful lantana. And I'm still getting a couple blooms here and there, but I really think I want to freshen this up for the fall season. Now, my red geraniums that I planted from seed in the spring are just looking great. I really love the pop of color they're providing up here. But I think I'm going to go ahead and freshen up this bed with some of these mums. Now, mums are, one of those that are kind of one and done, but they can perennialize in my area. I'm in zone 8B, and I just could not resist this gorgeous fall color. So I did try to pick ones that were, mostly budded up so that they will continue to bloom. But I really think they're going to just add a lot of striking impact here to my little front entryway walk. So that's my plan on that side. And then on this side, I recently redid this pot here, and I am loving the way this is looking. I love, love, love these flowers, you guys. They are so gorgeous here. I'm in my own shadow, sorry. But I love that kind of orangey red here, again, just playing with these warm colors. And here's the pot I'm going to be redoing. So it has a camellia in it that I planted. It was a little later in the season. I want to say it was late October maybe that I planted it. And you can see it does have a few buds on it, but it's not that great. I'm not really that happy with the look of it. So I am going to transplant it out into my landscape somewhere, and hopefully it will do better and maybe get a little bigger. It does bloom white, and I couldn't tell you what variety it is. Maybe the tag's in here, but you can also see down here is this dianthus, or what are known as pinks. And I've been deadheading it throughout the summer, but it's just really, it just needs put in the ground somewhere. So my plan for the pinks are to just dig them out the best that I can. I'm going to, shear them back and then put them in the landscape somewhere. I planted these way in the spring as well as these petunias. So I have a few, or not petunias, I'm sorry. What am I trying to say, you guys? I lost my train of thought. You know, the primrose, sorry. So these primrose, and you can see they're kind of getting eaten, or I don't know. They're just kind of done, you know, and I can perennialize primroses. They're like a tender perennial for me in zone 8B. So I'm going to dig those out of there as well and find a different place in the landscape. Now the creeping Jenny is looking gorgeous, and I'm definitely going to leave that in. I think that looks great, but I'm just really wanting to freshen up. And you know, the pinks also don't go with my color scheme up here really. You know, it's a pretty spring color, but it's just time to change this up. So let me show you, I'm gonna be putting in the mums, and then I did get just this really inexpensive evergreen. I got this at the Home Depot. It's just an arborvitae, sun gold, and I really wanted to mimic the evergreen that I have here, and that will just lead into, you know, fall and winter. And then I'm just gonna underplant it with a bunch of pansies and violas. So I got these, look at these ones, aren't they pretty? Sorry, the lighting's kind of hard out here today. Let me move, oh, that one's broken. Let me see, let me move these into the sun more so you can see. They have this little stripe to them, and I just thought they were the sweetest thing. So these are called, let's see, the Tiger Eye Mix. And I got 3 of those, and those should fill in and get a little bigger for me. And then I got 2 of the pansies, just yellow ones here with the black striping. And again, pansies are the ones that have the bigger face. Violas are usually the ones with the smaller face. And then I have a few little red ones here left over from another project. So I'm gonna do the arb and then these pansies in the pot, and then leave the creeping Jenny, and then freshen up this walkway area. So this is what I'm gonna be working on this morning, and I thought I would just take you along for the ride and show you the transformation. So let's get started. All right, so we're just gonna kind of get into it with this pot. I'm just sitting on the ground here. I might need a little bit more leverage and get up on my knees. I have a little box here that I'm gonna be flipping some of these plants into. And I know that there is a drip line somewhere in this pot as well. So I'm just gonna start carefully. Now, again, these have been in here since the spring, so I have a feeling they're pretty well rooted in. So I'm gonna kind of do a little cut here with my spade, and I'm just gonna try to cut these primroses out. And again, primroses are kind of a tender perennial here in Zone 8B for me in the Pacific Northwest. I've had some that, you know, kind of rot out, but occasionally they will come back. So it never hurts to pop them in the landscape and just, you know, kind of see what they'll do. So I'm just kind of going in here, cutting around this. Oop, I need my gloves too. My gloves. Oy. And the sun is out this morning. It's going to be high in the 70s today, I think. And right now it's just really nice out here in the front. All right, so I've got that first little primrose out. So there it is. I'm just going to set that aside. I'm going to try not to have to add too much dirt back into this pot if I can help it. And I'm kind of looking for that drip line as I go. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and cut this other one out. Now the nice thing about the Creeping Charlie is it perennialized for me in this pot, and it comes back every year. So that's kind of nice. I don't have to replant it in the spring. It will just start coming up. And I love the way that it spills over this pot. Now while I'm in here, I'm also looking for any slugs or snails, because I can see a little damage here to the plants, which I'm wondering is from slugs or snails. All right, I got that one out. I think there's 3 in here. And I'm not sure where the drip line is. I still haven't come across it. Oh, there it is. Okay. So it's just one emitter in here. I'm just gonna set it aside and get the 3rd primrose out. So tell me in the comments, do you ever do this with your planters? Do you refresh them at some point, either mid-season or for me in the fall, like I'm doing now. I kind of let these go all summer, and I'm actually surprised that they didn't French fry in the heat, because this pot gets a lot of heat all summer long. All right, so now I'm gonna try to go in here, get a little leverage going, and try to get these pinks out of here. I love dianthus. If you didn't know, dianthus is called pinks because not of the color, but because the edges of them look like pinking shears that you use for like sewing. I'm doing a little rip and tear here, but I'm gonna just get it out in a clump if possible. And let's see here. Get up a little higher here. Let's see about getting this other one out. Ooh, a moth just flew out. Maybe that's my culprit. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to add a little bit more potting soil now that I'm seeing how much soil's coming out with this stuff. Okay, so there was only 2 of those in there. Boy, those really filled in nicely throughout the season. Okay, so I've got that one out, and now it's time for this camellia. I know there's different kinds of camellias. This is one that will bloom, I think, later in the winter. And I don't know. I just don't really, it's pretty, but I just don't love the structure in this pot. I'm ready for something different. It's been in here for a while, and to be honest, I was anticipating it having more buds on it than it does. If it was like loaded up with buds, I probably would leave it, but it's not. All right, so there's the root system on that one. And I'm kind of out of room here, but let me see if I can pop this in the little box. I should have a pot out here for this. Okay, cool. So I'm just gonna find some different spots for some of this stuff. I'm not gonna waste it. And now I'm just gonna get in here and loosen up some of this soil. This is pretty nice soil that I put in at the beginning of the spring. So I shouldn't have to replace it, but I am gonna have to probably add a little bit more. So because a lot of that soil came out with the root systems of those plants. So before I do that though, I'm just gonna kind of place my new plants and see how this is gonna look. And for the new planting, I've got this arb. Oh yeah. Oh, I love that. Provides a lot more height and structure. Oh, it looks really, really good. Sorry, the camera's a little up close here. Let me back up the camera so you can kind of see, but that's gonna be great. So let me go ahead, I'm gonna back up the camera and then I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, so hopefully you can see the arborvitae a little bit better. So I don't know that I'm gonna need, I probably will need to top it off with soil, but before I do that, I think I'm just gonna get this arb in here first. So I'm just gonna go ahead and make a hole. This soil's nice and moist and soft. So I'm just gonna kind of tuck it around the sides, kind of like clay. I'm trying to make it kind of stick to itself, get that hole going. And I wanna take the tag off this guy. I feel like there's a dichotomy. Some people love arborvitae and some people just don't care for them. I think they're a really good affordable evergreen for things like this, like containers or even in your landscape. Of course, they're going to get huge. So this one, you know, I could probably keep it in here a few years. Now I want to try to get the best side forward here. Kind of look at this and how cute would this be with a little bit of twinkle lights for Christmas? Be very nice. So I'm pushing it a little bit more towards the back of the pot because I want to have some room here for some underplanting. I'm just kind of patting this guy in there, making sure it's straight. You got to look at it from all angles and make sure it's straight. Ah, that looks really good. Okay, so now I'm gonna have to grab more soil, but now I'm just gonna go ahead and place some of these pansies. Now pansies, they'll go all winter long for me usually. So they are a really nice cold hardy plant. So I want to try to put these yellows right in the front. I think this color scheme is going to play a lot better with the other ones here I've got. Oh yeah, that looks nice. And it plays really well with the yellow of the Creeping Jenny. All right, let's get some orange in here. This tiger's eye. Couldn't resist. So pretty. So I'm going to do that there. And oh yeah, I think this is probably going to be enough. I mean, I always have to remember too, it's like they're gonna grow and they're gonna fill in. So even though it might look a little less dense when you first put it in, I mean, they will expand, they'll fill in. Oh yeah, this is looking so good already. This one here, and I'm kind of tilting them a little bit so their little faces show. And then I can backfill around here. Now I've got one more. It's kind of an all ball little red one, but I'm going to throw it in there anyway. I'm going to throw it over here on this side. Again, just to kind of spill out. Oh my gosh, that looks so good. Oh, I don't know why I waited so long to do this. It's so pretty. All right, so next up, I'm going to grab some dirt and just fill this in. And then I will kind of water everybody in and then pop that emitter back in. And I'm going to go through and pinch off. That's the one thing about these violas and pansies. You got to be good about the deadheading. If you deadhead them, they will continue to push blooms for you. But if you let them just go, you have to be on them a little bit with deadheading. So I'm just going to go in real quick and groom these. There's not too much deadheading to be done because they're pretty much babies, but as they get bigger and stuff, you got to make sure to deadhead them so they keep blooming for you. Okay, I think that's pretty good. So I'm just going to backfill this, and then this side of the entry will be all done. I love it. It looks so good. So I got to go grab dirt though. I'm going to get in here to this bed, and I got to make some decisions here. So I brought my clippers. I think what I'm going to do is just clip back these coral bells and see if they reflush, just because that will save me a little money. But you know, sometimes you just got to kind of shear them back, which kind of deadheads them too, right? We'll see. I don't know if they're going to come back or not, but maybe. Doesn't hurt to try. I grab my gloves and just yank them out, get rid of them. I'm done with them. They're done with me. They've been, like I said, they've been good though. And make room for something new. They also are pretty sprawled out too, so they're kind of, I don't know, they're just not real attractive right now. And the weeds. And then if you're wondering too, these ones here, these little evergreens, these are the the Magic Ball from Proven Winners, Arborvitae, and I love them. I put them in, well, I guess about a year ago now, and they have just done so well here, and they're a perfect little evergreen here in this, you know, because I have kind of a smaller little entryway area here. Gosh, I took all my pots back. I know I kind of need one for cleaning this area up, but that's all right. Make a pile here. Also, if you're wondering, these lights, I got the lights from Amazon, and I can try to link them for you. I did a whole video on garden lighting. Actually, I'll link that video for you because I did a video about that just to kind of give you ideas for lighting in your garden and some of the lights I like and use. So I'll link that video for you too. But I just got them off Amazon, and they were a pretty good deal, and I really like them. I like the height of them, and I have them here in my entry, and they've been really good. couple more to pull. Oh, I guess maybe that's the last one. And I have some weeds to pull. And I've got a little bit of like leaf debris and stuff that I'm kind of just hand raking up and trying to just clean up the bed too a little bit. It'd be nice to add some fresh mulch, but I don't know that I'll get to that today. Alrighty, so now I have 4 of these mums. So the question is, how am I going to kind of place them here? The answer is I don't know, so let's see. I could do 1. I got 4 and I'm hoping 4 is enough. 2. Yeah, I think 4 is going to be perfect. 3, 4. I'm going to move my light aside for a minute. Oh yeah, that's going to be nice. Great. Oh yeah, that's going to look so nice. Whew, had a rush. Okay. I don't know if you guys can see on the video, but do you guys see Midnight back here? Wait, hold on. Midnight, say hi. Are you hanging out back here with me in the yard? All right, time to get these in. Make sure my video is still rolling. I can't tell. I think so. Okay. All right, time to pop these in. Now I did get all the same color just for consistency, but it's going to be good. All right, because I like to show you real life gardening, here we go. Here's all the stuff I pulled out. Here is my pile of stuff I pulled out in the pot. So I gotta get my little rolly cart and move everything back to the backyard. Here's Midnight, chilling in the shade, which is what I should be doing because now I'm getting hot. But anyway, I'm gonna get this all cleaned up and then I'll kind of show you the final reveal. But it's good. It's really, really good. All right, guys. Well, I hosed everything down and blew everything off. And here is what the entry is looking like. Oh, I think it's so pretty. Okay, let's go check out some details here. It's hard to see what we put in from back there, but here are those mums, just adding so much color to this entry. I moved the lights just a little bit too. Kind of wish I had 1 more of those lights. I might order another pack of them just to have a nice set of 3 there, but I think it's looking so fresh, so great. And everything is deslugged and deadheaded, and the coral bells are clipped back, so hopefully we'll get another flush of blooms, but I think that looks so nice. And then on this side, everything's a little wet, so some of the pansies are kind of smooshed down, but we've got the arborvitae here, and we've got underplanted with all those pretty violas with the spilling out vine, and it's just so good. I think it matches the other container so much better than what was here before, and I'm just really happy with that look. And then coming up this way, again, everything's kind of wet. I just hosed everything off, but everything's looking really lush through here. I did buy another mum, which I thought was red, and it's bloomed out a gorgeous purple, which I love, but it doesn't really go with my color scheme up here. So I think I'm gonna move that one to the backyard. But the banana tree is still here. I still have my topiaries hiding out back there just because I didn't really feel like moving them. But we've got the purple fountain grass going, and the coleus is providing color, and the pumpkins. It's It's just such a pretty look up here. So I'm really enjoying this front entry. So tell me in the comments, what do you do for your entry? What do you do to spruce it up for fall? I have done a little fall decorating out here, but more to come on that. I am going to be making a video about my Halloween decor, but I hope that you like checking out this transformation today. All right, guys, well, that's going to be it for today's garden project today. I just want to thank you so much for watching this video, for liking and subscribing to my channel. It means so much to me. I'm just a little gardener here in Oregon, and I want to bring you ideas and projects. So if you did like the video, hit that subscribe button. It would really help me out. I hope that you like seeing this transformation today and that it gave you some ideas for how you could transform your garden for the fall season. If you need me, I'll be hanging out doing some yardening here in my Oregon yard. Bye.